AJK.
Damn. I've been hustling backwards, I was running through QPs and spending profit all on fashion, and this paper stacking up. I ain't gotta say I flex. If you open up your eyes, it ain't that hard to see I'm blessed. Never would imagine God would use me as a canvas, just a working piece of art to show these niggas it can happen. So let's get it cracking, Captain. I've been tried and bitch, I'm lit. I done been through hell and back, the fire still ain't burnt my fit. Everything I said would happen starting to really come to pass. Had to really hold my faith, cause life was really beat my ass. I was built with perseverance, so I can always get me back. It's a never ending cycle when you out here chasing bags. I've been needing clarity, shit ain't been what it seemed. If I told you about my life, you would think it was make-believe. Think shorty kinda cute, but then maybe it's Maybelline. I can tell you what's to come, is you patient to wait and see. I'm a solid ass nigga, baby. Let me show you something you ain't seen lately. I've been working 7 days a week, baby. Sliding through the city, OG facing. I've been thinking about my life with every step I take. This shit didn't really make no sense, I had to step on faith. I pray that as I take this journey, you show me your face. Cause it's getting really fucking hard to see who really fake.
Man, what's up with it, family? What's up with it? What's up with it? What's up with it, man? What's the damn deal, man? This is Junior the Truth, and this is indeed the Punch Junkie presents The Truth on Boxing, man. Yes, I am indeed your host, Junior the Truth, man. Thank you all so much. Really, truly, genuinely appreciate you. Shout out to the LDBC Lions Den boxing community, man. Salute to the entire Punch Junkie family. Salute to, man, everybody that shows love and shows support to the platform, man. Y'all be sure to go visit the website, www.punchjunkie.com. Come over to the network, the Punch Junkie Network, www.punchjunkie.network. Punchjunkie.com will get you there, though. Punch Junkie Network is the last place in the world for real fans of the sweet science, so be sure to come check us out, man. Once again, www.punchjunkie.network, man. Salute to everybody taking the time to tune in, man. Really, truly, genuinely appreciate it, man. Salute to my beautiful sister, Shawa. Salute to my brother, D-Man Jr. In the building. Salute to everybody that's listening live, as well as salute to everybody that's listening to this stream in syndication, man. Thank you all so much. We really, truly, genuinely appreciate you, man, no matter when you're listening or where you're catching this, whether it's the Junior the Truth channel or the Punch Junkie channel, or once again, if you on over on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, you know what I'm saying, Podbean, iHeartRadio, no matter where you are, man, thank you so much, and we really, truly, genuinely appreciate you. Once again, man, we are here in man, the last place in the world for real fans of the sweet science, man. The Punch Junkie platform is of, for, and by the fans of the sweet science, man. That is us. So thank you all so much, man. And we wanted to come in here and talk about the biggest story in the sport of boxing right now. I don't care what nobody's saying. The biggest fight in the sport of boxing right now. We wanted to come in and just talk about it again, man. It just feels real good. So salute to you all. Thank you all so much. Really, truly, genuinely appreciate it. Let me set it up like this. The topic at hand is David Benavidez versus David Morrell Jr. This fight includes two undefeated champions, two explosive styles, one massive fight. And this is the matchup. This is the matchup that us real true boxing heads, this is the stuff we dream about. It's a lot at stake. You know what I mean? This fight is for the WBC interim and the WBA regular light heavyweight titles. And more importantly, this puts the winner in line to potentially face the winner of Better Be versus Bivol in their undisputed matchup. So this puts them one fight away from being undisputed at the division, which I feel either one of these fighters has a good opportunity of winning that fight versus the Better Be versus Bivol winner. So it's a lot at stake, man. And today, I really want to break down how David Morrell Jr.'s game plan, or what I feel like his game plan should be. And I'll discuss what he needs to do to shock the world, because a lot of people nobody's really giving him a chance, man. Nobody's really giving him a chance. But I think that he can do some things to hand David Benavidez his first loss and literally shocked the world, man. But before we do that and before we get into that, man, you already know how I'm coming, so let's get to it.
Oh, no, you didn't. Wait a minute. No, you didn't. Hey, Jay! Come back here! Jay! Fool ass bitch, man. Jay! I need my money! Jay! Oh, you motherfucker. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. Huh? You think you can do this shit? Jay! You think you can do this to me? You motherfuckers will be playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I get finished with you.
Man, shoe program. You feel me? What's good with y'all, man? Salute to the entire family, man. Let me say this before let's do some housekeeping before we get too all off into this thing, man. Y'all be sure that you all smash the like button. You know what I mean? If you feel so inclined, be sure to share the show, man. Go ahead on and share the show. Let some people come on in here, man, and hear this good boxing talk. Stop listening and borrowing from the platform. You understand what I'm saying? Players Ball said, I knew it. Upset alert, man. We're going to get to it, man. Today we just chock full of surprises, man. But before I'm on borrow time because I got to go pick up the baby here shortly. So let's say this. Before we dive into Morrell's path to victory, I want to take a moment and recognize the beast, the Mexican monster, who is David Benavidez. He has a record of 29-0, 24 KOs. His fighting style is relentless. He throws punches and bunches. He's very accurate with regard to his shots. He cuts off the ring like a pro. Constant pressure on his opponents, man. And he's not a fighter. I liken him to being a predator, man. David Benavidez is like a praying mantis, man. He's coming, man. He's coming. His key, the strengths that I feel is he has remarkable stamina. He's the same fighter in the first that he is in the 12th, from bell to bell. Also, I feel like he has some of the fastest hands in the sport of boxing. He does. Like I said yesterday, from 154 up, I don't think anybody has faster hands than him, especially not at the world class level, not the elite level. So, but we have that, as well as he is a relentless body puncher with devastating body shots, man. And he wears fighters down, and he's just dangerous, man. He's dangerous. He's very, very dangerous. I'm not gonna, before we go into his vulnerabilities, I do have a surprise for you all, and I do want to bring my sister up. Shower, what's up with you, sister? Uh-oh.
Hey, what's going on? I was muted. How you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming up. I saw your message. You said, dang, I was getting ready to go live. And it's so funny the way things work, because I have been meaning to invite you up. When I first saw you doing I first saw a video that you did, and I was like, I got to get sis up there, because I was listening to you talk, and I was like, nah, I got to get her up there. You know what I mean? I got to get her up here so we can talk that talk.
Yes.
So I thought that this was an excellent opportunity to get you up here and to talk about this. So let me ask you, first of all, how do you feel? How you feeling?
About the fight, or just in general?
In general, I'm sorry.
I'm good. I'm feeling good. I didn't have to get back out on that road this week, so I'm super happy.
So you get to just chill. You get to get some things taken care of around the crib.
Yep.
So all right, now this fight, sis, because I kind of said and been saying how I feel about the fight. I feel like it's not getting the recognition that it needs. But how do you feel about this fight, and how do you feel about the recognition that this fight's getting?
I am super excited about the fight itself. It's definitely not getting enough recognition. Shoot, I stayed up to 2 a.m. doing my breakdown, and I said, nah, I'm just gonna go live tomorrow and just talk about this, because no one is talking about it, and not at all. We're talking about other things, like them 3 individuals. You know what I'm talking about. The regular.
Right. And I'm like, man, we can get back to that next week. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't even mean to get back. There's so much other stuff that be happening, man.
So much other stuff, man. So much other stuff. So what percentage do you give this fight? How do you I don't want you to do your breakdown because I want you to talk with me with regard to how David Morrell Jr. can win. But if you had to do a percent, well, I don't even want to do that because
Wait,
huh?
I gotta talk about how he can win. How he can win.
Yeah, let's talk about how he can win. I don't even want you to make a pick. I don't want to do none of that. We're gonna stick to the fight at hand, to the concept at hand. So I believe, and I really truly believe that David Morrell Jr. can win this fight.
Absolutely.
I think he can win this fight. I think there are a lot of variables at play, one of which is the size comparison. These dudes are the same size.
Yeah, I have feelings about that. In general, David M, I'm gonna call him because it's just too much. David M, if you look back at when he was at 68, he was fighting guys that were about his size. Whereas a lot of times David B, some of them guys would be smaller. So it's gonna be something for David Benavidez to fight with a guy. His second fight is 75. And so a guy who's his size, who has the same speed, because we saw what happened with his first fight, 75. And I don't think he did bad. A lot of people do. I don't. I just think he was struggling with a man who's closer to his size.
And I think I agree with 100%. These dudes being the same size, and also we can't really leave out the fact that the Cuban has a 4-inch arm reach advantage.
Absolutely. Yep. I thought about that as well. And again, in that speed and that reach difference, yeah, he gonna reach out and touch. He gonna reach out and touch, buddy.
Man, and that's my thing. Like he gonna get touched. Like it's like I get it and I understand because the Mexican monster is the monster, and we've been looking and we know what we've been looking at. We know that he's the goods, and not only do we know he's the goods, but there are other fighters that know he's the goods. Like Canelo Alvarez knows that David Benavidez is the goods, but this fight is just not, and this is the beauty of it. Like this is not just a foregone conclusion because there are a lot of things that are going to be needed to be accounted for. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of factors at play here. And so man, this is a really, truly a beautiful thing. And I really believe that this fight is really an incredible fight. So I'm going to talk about Benavidez's vulnerabilities before I go into what I think Morrell's game plan could be, should be. However,
I like that.
Benavidez he's not invincible.
No.
He's hittable. He's hittable. He's been hit. We've seen him be hit a lot, get hit. And especially when he opens up offensively, because his offense, and I think I said this yesterday to you, his defense is his offense. You know what I mean? He's literally throwing his hands to try to get you to shell up. So a person who's going to punch, he's in danger. He puts himself in danger with his offensive onslaught. And I also feel like he never faced a fighter with the speed, power, and footwork combination that David Morrell has showcased over this period of his career.
I agree. I mean, okay, so let's run that back. His defense is his offense. That is true. I agree with that. But it's something. It is something about he is a defense buster as well. Okay, and yeah, I don't see Morrell do that so much, but David Benavidez can bust up somebody's. He does something that I really love, and I'm not like a big Benavidez fan like that, but he's a peeler. He loves to peel down your guard and bust you in the face. Like, and his defense isn't that great. I did a video about Pacheco and Nelson, and I talked about how these guys that are tall with this long reach, they are very slow or very hesitant at all to get their hands back to their guard. And he is one of them. So yeah, you're right. As far as like lacking the defense, he be wide open more so than even Morrell does. You're gonna have to watch that because again, that speed, that power, the reach. Morrell could easily reach out and touch Benavidez. One shot.
And all right. So let me get into Morrell's what I think his game plan should be. So I'm gonna talk about how I think he can pull off the upset because let's be clear, this is an upset. We talked about the odds yesterday. I believe it was 100. He was a plus 140 underdog. It's not gonna be easy. Let's say this. Not gonna be probable, maybe, but it is possible. Number one for me, and I want to hear you on this. If he's able to utilize his superior footwork and movement, I believe that at that division and at his size, with his boxing acumen, I believe his footwork is elite. And I also believe that it'll be his greatest weapon. Like his footwork could be his greatest weapon in this fight. He needs to control the distance, dictate the pace of the fight. I think he needs to stay on the outside in the early rounds. He needs to keep it. He needs to use the constant and consistent jab to keep Benavidez up off of him and keep making Benavidez reset. He has to make Benavidez reset. And then he needs to avoid getting trapped on the ropes, of course, and in the corner. And I think if he's able to use constant lateral movement, he will be able to frustrate Benavidez because I've seen him do the sidestepping in a lot of his fights. Granted, lower level competition, but he's made guys look foolish. And I think that if he's able to utilize that and keep Benavidez off of his rhythm, I think he'll be able to have some success. Also, his ability to stay mobile and make Benavidez chase him could be the difference in the fight. If he's making him chase him instead of allowing him to cut the ring off, but make him chase him instead. So number one for me is the utilization of superior footwork and movement. What do you think about that?
You are saying so much. Okay, yeah, because we have to run everything back one by one because you're saying things that, man, okay. His footwork and utilization of Benavidez, I have an issue with his footwork. I'll just say that, and I'll say some more for later. As far as David M goes, he does. He has very good footwork. I only see one hiccup with him, but it's so slight. Every now and again, he'll cross his rear foot behind, but his balance and his agility is so good he can recover. So definitely ring generalship as far as him being in control, even if he is on the back foot. Absolutely, keep your distance and use your footwork to do so. Lateral movement. Absolutely, because David Benavidez walks like a dang zombie. I'm sorry, and I'm not sorry. Yeah, that absolutely is going to be clutch for Morrell in the beginning. Find your range, keep your distance, stay back. Even though we do know David Benavidez is about pressure, you can stop you can interrupt him, and he comes right back like do the zombie, but yeah, he come right back.
And I think you said you wanted to run him. Let me see. I talked about him making sure that he keeps him at bay, utilizing his jab to keep Benavidez on the outside.
I think that's key for both because the reality is Morrell could come after you as well.
Mm-hmm. I don't see, and I don't think the boxing from the outside, I don't think that's Benavidez style. I can't recall a time I've seen him.
Yes, once. Gavril too.
You said against who?
Gavril, Ronald Gavril too. And I believe there's a reason, obviously, why he did that. Because Gavril won is the first fight he got knocked down.
Yep.
And he gave a jab clinic that whole fight. But if you watch Benavidez, he don't really utilize no jab. He should.
He sure should, especially with his hand speed. Oh,
all of them should. But the thing with Morrell, he has such an educated jab, defensively, offensively. Man, yeah. I at first I had Benavidez winning, but man, look, whoa.
So and then of course we talked about, I said Morrell, you know, basically utilizing the lateral movement. One of the things, if you've watched, have you watched the fight camps that they've had, the 2 episodes?
No,
Okay.
no.
So go watch the fight camp. It's I believe it's on PBC. I think it's on the PBC YouTube channel. But they
Okay.
have episode 1, episode 2 of the fight camp. So it's their all access, basically. It's their
Oh yeah. Okay.
So the one thing that David Morrell keeps saying, and I wasn't really listening to it until I started listening to it. He keeps saying, I can dance. David Benavidez can't dance. Like,
You know what that means?
and then he's moving and he's like dancing in the ring and he's rapping. He said the N-word too. I heard him when he was rapping, and he was rapping in Spanish, and he said my nigga. I heard that. You feel me? But
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold it against him. You know, I don't think. But he keeps saying that I can dance. David Benavidez can't dance. And I was just like, and then I heard him. You know what I'm saying? I heard him. And the reason why I heard him, and I'm gonna say this is off topic, but the reason why I heard him is because that was one of the things. I had a positions coach, and that was one of the things in college, and that was one of the things that he constantly said. And we would practice and we would do drills and stuff, and he would stop and he would make me dance. Like, no, do this like you pass rush, like you dance. And he would make me dance literally, because people can't dance. They can't move. You know what I'm saying? And when David Morrell said that, and it hit me like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh,
that rhythm, that agility, the footwork.
Yeah, that footwork, the movement. You know what I'm saying? And so we gonna see, man. We gonna see. All right, number two. David Morrell needs to exploit his power and speed. Hold on, let me stop. Y'all smash the like button. Y'all know good in the hell well, y'all don't get no boxing talk like this. Y'all ain't had no boxing talk like that, like this. Y'all been starved for real boxing content, for real commentary, for real breakdowns. About the only place you gonna get it like this is Stormy B Man. You feel me? So y'all smash the like button. If you ain't smashing the like button, man, y'all go on and find y'all somewhere else to go. Y'all go listen to Cam Newton ask somebody baby mama about if they gay or not. Y'all go listen to some of that stuff. You feel me? Hit the like button and really share the content. Really share the content. And the Cash App is The Punch Junkie. The Punch Junkie is the Cash App. All right. So so number 2, David Morrell, in his game plan, he has to find ways to exploit his power and his speed. He has power to stop Benavidez. I believe he has the power to stop anybody in the division if he's able to land cleanly. And he is a sharp, crafty counterpuncher, and he has very explosive reflexes that makes him dangerous at all times. I think that it's key for him if he can wait for Benavidez to overcommit when he's coming forward, then counter with precision. A clean shot could change the entire fight. One clean shot could change this entire fight. I think Morrell's quick hands give him the edge in exchanges if they get in firefights. I think his quick hands and his craftiness gives him the advantage. And if he times Benavidez correctly, he can land shots that Benavidez doesn't see coming. And as we know, it's the ones that you don't see coming that hurt you the most. So exploiting his power and his speed. What do you think about that one? That's my number 2.
Okay, so I mean, do you want this all to be just for Morrell? Because
that's it. Because we're gonna do Benavidez tomorrow. Don't tell nobody.
Okay, then yes, I'll agree. I do have a little bit of an issue though.
Okay.
I do think that, and it could be because of him being so fresh. Let's just say that he's not. I don't feel like he's as accurate. I do not feel like he's as accurate. There's a lot of times I see where he would have guys on the ropes and he's missing shots, and it's not like they're, bobbing and weaving or rolling. Sometimes I think he just gets a little, excited in what he's doing. But the reality is, yes, he does, in comparison, have one shot power. Mm-hmm. He can knock you out with one good, clean shot. So absolutely, yes, that's all it'll take. A little bit of precision. He has the power. He has the actual form when he's throwing to versus Benavidez, yeah. He know how to sit on a punch. So yes, absolutely. He don't need to do volume punching in order to get the game job done. So, yeah, I agree.
Damn.
Power and precision, he has that.
Ooh. FML Orange says Morrell by KO. To salute to the
Somebody,
full report. My brother in the building. What you say, sis?
somebody is. I think it's definitely we're
Somebody.
gonna see some knockdowns,
Mm-hmm.
and we might see somebody get knocked
Oh yeah,
what
somebody. This ain't going 12. This ain't going 12. That's why I don't understand why y'all ain't talking about it, because y'all gonna be talking about it after it, because we about to see something. All right, number 3
like
is what'd you say? I'm sorry.
War Report.
Yeah. So number 3 is stick to the game plan. I think that composure is going to be crucial. I think that David Benavidez is a fighter that thrives in chaos. You know what I'm saying? When things get chaotic and things get hectic, David Benavidez bites down on his mouthpiece and nods, and he comes forward because his style, like I said yesterday, is to go get it and come back with it. So I believe that Morrell is going to have to stick to the game plan and keep his composure in the chaos. I don't think that Morrell can afford to play into that chaos. He can't do that. You know what I mean? I think he has to stick to the strategy, even in those points of the fight when Benavidez continues to apply heavy pressure. He has to make in-fight adjustments based on Benavidez's tendencies, based on the layout of the fight, based on the way things are going. This is where Morrell's ring IQ is gonna shine. Like, this is where I think his actual ring IQ is gonna shine. So him needing to stick to the game plan. What you think about that?
I honestly do not think he has that great of a ring IQ. That's just honest. I know David Benavidez does. I've seen him adjust. I don't feel like, I think out of all his 11 fights, he's had 3 12-rounders. The majority of them, he's knocked people out super early. I don't think he's had to be down that road yet. A lot of what we see he's doing is repetitive. I think the only switch up we did see where he labored a little bit was with Kalajic. So, I mean, if he can pull it off, sure, yeah, then your IQ would definitely, and you would want to stick to a game plan because, yeah, David Benavidez can thrive in what we would consider, I guess, chaos. But I just don't know about that IQ from Morrell. I think there's levels, and I don't know that he's hit that one quite yet.
And so
I have to see it.
you're saying you haven't seen it, and
I
that's
have to see it.
what he's done with his 11.
He does a lot of the same things when you watch him. I really have a theory about him, but yes.
Ooh. Okay. All right.
Look, I love you, but I ain't coming here to totally agree with you.
Nah, you ain't supposed to at all. Okay. You got to get out from around me if you agree. If you totally agree with me, I'm gonna think you're trying to pick my pocket.
No.
Number 4 is and this is a big one for me. He's gonna have to survive the early onslaught because David Benavidez is gonna come out to prove a point. And I'm gonna be real, like, he's coming out guns blazing.
I think so.
He's gonna try to overwhelm Morrell early and prove to him that he does not belong in the ring with him because David Benavidez has that chip on his shoulder. When you watch, I can't wait till you watch the fight camp videos, and then I'll talk to you after that, so you'll see what I'm saying, because he said it. Excuse me, David Benavidez said, I'm not coming to mess around. I'm coming to put the whole division on notice. And so basically what he's doing is he's coming to put a cold demonstration down on David Morrell and put the whole entire division on notice. And that is his mindset. So he's gonna come out guns blazing. So I think he's gonna have to survive the early onslaught. The keys, he's gonna have to stay calm under the pressure, and David Morrell is gonna have to avoid taking unnecessary risks all the way up to the point of keeping the fight boring early. And he's gonna have to focus on his defense and land enough enough significant counter shots in order to keep Benavidez honest. He's going to have to give David Benavidez something he can feel, and he's gonna have to him early to gain his respect so that he won't continue coming in with his guns blazing. Got to put something on his mind. What do you think about surviving the early onslaught is my number 4? What do you think about that?
I think he can. I think you're absolutely right, though. And there's another thing that I need to watch as well, the Andre Ward interview with him. I've heard about that, right? I think he can survive it. I'm hoping he can. Again, what is he gonna have to utilize? His feet, that jab, and yes, you're gonna have to pop him. You might have to pop him a few times because he has stamina as far as he can take some shots, right? So I agree with that. I totally agree with that. Yes. And there's really nothing even more to say about that. I agree. I like that.
I'm reading Trey and I agree because I hear all of the questions about Morrell, and this is my point because we have questions about Morrell, but we also have questions about Benavidez. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen Benavidez get landed on, right? But never by someone with the power that Morrell has.
Right.
And then I've never seen, like, and I have to go back and watch the fight that you were just talking about because I've only seen David Benavidez fight in one gear. I've only seen him fight in one gear.
Which fight?
The fight you said he worked the jab. What was it? The second his second
Ronald Gabriel 2.
Yeah, 2. So I got to go back and watch that fight. And peep it because I've only seen Benavidez his full speed ahead. You know what I mean? You know, he has variations in there, but the game plan is the same. You know what I'm saying?
You know what when you look at him, it looks like and a lot of these fighters do it. It's not just him, but I guess it's based upon their opponent, obviously. Because even when I look at some of his other fights, they're not always him just always pressing. You know, sometimes he does a little back and forth. Again, look what happened with the Vajic fight.
When he's resting, I think when he's resting.
I think he's been pressed. He's been pressed.
And it was, and you
he might press back in the fight, but he's not always all gas.
Mm-hmm.
He's not always all gas.
And you said that's the Gabriel fight too?
I mean, there's other fights in there. Look at in the beginning what Andre was doing with him. He was pressing. He was trying to get at him at first, and then he started getting cut.
Yeah, I can see that because what I saw in the Andre fight, I saw him. He was pretty much because Andrade is tricky, and I think he was being cautious because he understands exactly who Demetrius Andrade is, and so I think he was collecting data. So I give you that. Yeah, I give you that. Yeah, I give you that. So it's not all gas, no brakes. It's not all gas, no brakes. I think it's the majority for me. All gas, no brakes. But I think that we have some. But my point was, I think that there's questions to be answered on both sides. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Maybe more questions for Morrell, of course, because he is so young in his career. The competition is not there. The level of competition is not there. The number of fights is not there. My number 5 and my last one, because I only listed 4. I got about 20 of them, but I only listed 5. I'm sorry. Number 5 is to implement an effective ring cutting strategy because the dude is gonna cut off the ring. He coming, and Morrell can't spend a whole lot of time running around in this fight. He's gonna have to get busy, or he'll end up losing on the cards. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, he's gonna have to stand his ground and let his hands go at various points of the fight. He's gonna have to engage in these firefights. I believe that one thing that I need to see David Morrell do is set traps for Benavidez. I need him to set off the traps by employing and cutting off angles and using the ring to his advantage when he gets the opportunity to. And also when he gets the opportunity, I need him to land big shots to Benavidez's body to slow him down, because we talk about Benavidez and his body attack. I need Morrell to go to the body as well. Like, I need him to try to put some water in the basement in my Teddy Atlas voice, but ultimately he has to have a strategy for the ring cutting. What are your thoughts on that one?
So yesterday when you were on, I said David Morrell does not go to the body. Let me correct that. He does. He does. We know what David B does. Morrell has a good right hook to the body. The thing is, he doesn't do it as often. I do believe he definitely needs to utilize that in this fight. Get them legs weak because he has a good sticking one too with power. What else is? What else did you say? Because you said something else and it triggered something.
Okay, I said he got a set traps with I talked about him cutting off angles. Was that it?
And he does. He sets counters. He sets a lot of counter traps on angles. So again, and that's a way that we've said he needs that he'll be able to beat David if he sticks to the angles, use lateral movement. He's good at doing that. He can set a trap. Well, he will just counter. I believe he counters better and more often than David Benavidez, but he knows how to set traps and do that. And he gets power out of them shots because obviously he's waiting, sitting on that back foot. So I totally agree. That is a method that he should employ in the beginning and shoot during the fight, man. Not just the beginning. But we do know David. Again, I just, ooh, I think the experience might pay. This gonna be a good fight. Ooh.
I'm telling you. Salute to my brother Drew Titan in the building. What's up with you, bro? The Dirt Game Boss. Salute to my family, the Dirt Game Boss, aka Boss. You just brought up something I was going to bring up because this is something else I'm excited about. I'm excited about Jose Benavidez Sr. versus Ronnie Shields as trainers because I think Jose Benavidez Sr. is one of the most underrated trainers in the sport of boxing. I do.
You know what? I can agree because man, Pacheco, I really like that kid. 23 years old, but he fight like a grown old man. He has, just his whole demeanor. He does have some good fighters. I can't lie about that. I have to give him credit.
Man, the camp is incredible, and then I salute them because one of the things that they do is all of those Latino fighters and their fathers, the fathers / trainers, they've come together and they've created like a network, and they work together, and it's a beautiful thing. I'm not ever gonna point shave on it. I'm not ever gonna hate it. It's beautiful, and it warms my heart when I see them dudes working together like that. Like it really, yeah. And I wish we were able to do. When I say we, I'm talking about black fighters specifically. I wish we were able to do that beyond like the amateurs. You know what I'm saying? One of the things I seen today, and I'm just gonna tell y'all the truth. Y'all know I'm Ohio. It's Ohio versus everybody for me. And Prince Albert Bell went to Cleveland and he was sparring with Abdullah Mason. They sharpening up each other for their upcoming fights. And there's pictures. If you, those of y'all that follow Prince Albert Bell on Instagram, if you're not following him, you should be following my brother. But he posted the pictures of him and Abdullah, and then they posted their pictures of their fathers, them and their fathers together. You know what I'm saying? And it made me teary-eyed. I ain't gonna even sit here and hold you. That's a nice mug. I am incredibly enamored with the fact that Jose Benavidez Sr. excuse me, and those Latino fathers of those fathers / trainers and the network that they've established. But I think Jose Benavidez Sr. I think he's an incredible trainer, man. I do. I think he's one of the most underrated trainers in the sport of boxing.
Absolutely, and I agree with that network that you talk about because a lot of times I think about I like Robert Garcia as a trainer, right? And I think about the fact that they are so even what's the young guy Fernando the Vargas, right? Because he's part of that network, and sometimes as a black person I can feel like they're pushing their nationality. And my thing is I don't have a problem with that. I think we should be doing that. And I do think as well, the black fathers should be linked up as well. We shouldn't be beefing with each other, fathers beefing with the sons, other, father's sons. And it would just be too much drama with black people. I love us, but the nonsense needs to stop. Because if it did, man.
Yeah. Yeah, salute to Adam Hurley, man. Thank you so much, Adam Hurley. I appreciate you. I think that but ultimately, now that was now once again, this is me because I feel that, and I'm seeing Michael Ray the second came in and said, man, this is a 50-50 fight, and this fight is incredible. I'm not ready to put a percentage on it yet. I'll do that when I make my final prediction of who I think is going to win the fight and how. But I will say that I believe that, and I really truly believe that this fight is a whole hell of a lot closer than people believe that it is. And I think that there are going to be a lot of questions that are going to be answered. And I think that we're going to probably be surprised at some of the answers. Probably going to be surprised. Like, what happens if we see Benavidez hurt and he has to pick himself up off the canvas hurt and win?
He's had to pick himself off the canvas, but I don't know that he's been hurt. Now, I do question. I mean, this dude didn't even have no power, but I question if Vazic hurt him in like the fourth round of their fight, because I've never really seen him hold on to them. He seriously clenched up. Like, wait a minute, wait a minute. So yeah, I can see that. I can see Morrell hurting him.
I'm man, I can see Morrell outboxing him.
Absolutely, but I'm like Nick too, though. He can box. David Benavidez can box. Like, again, if you really go back and look at this man's fights, he could do a lot of things. And at the end of the day, I just know that experience we don't know how this is going to play out. That power and that speed and the agility of the young man, well, they're both the same age, of Morrell, it could definitely just stop Benavidez, because again, he has one shot power. Benavidez, he's more volume, but he's smart. He is absolutely intelligent in that ring with what he can do, dismantling, pressing. He knows how to fall back when he needs to. Like, he's really smarter than people give him credit for.
So let me ask you this. I'm gonna take you back to 2019 real quick. Anthony the Dog Durrell versus David Benavidez. I watched the Dog Durrell outbox Benavidez.
Okay.
There was a cut over the eye. Fight ended in the 9th round. Of course, Benavidez came on later on, but those early rounds, it was a clinic, in my opinion. Anthony Durrell giving up a lot of size, so on and so forth. Granted, that was 2019, so we talking 6 years ago. My deal with this is the power, man, and the reach of David Morrell and the boxing ability. There are a lot of questions that are going to have to be answered because of the things that I've seen, man. Like, this fight is not a shoe-in.
It's not.
This is something you need to be watching.
It's not. And again, I said that when we first came on. In 68, when you look at their opponents, David Benavidez did fight a lot of smaller guys, height, reach-wise. But when you go look at Morrell, some of his opponents, the War Report earlier said that these guys were not like world beaters or something of that nature, right? But they were still near his size. They were closer in his size to him. So he was dealing with guys. Look at who's the last one he fought? Kalajic, the guy he almost killed, Idos. These were bigger, taller men. And he's a younger fighter who was learning. He's learning how to fight guys near his size. But then when we see David Benavidez go up to 75 and fight Vazic, who had no power, you know, he was pushing back. It wasn't not just a cakewalk for him. And maybe his power just didn't translate. But when I look at the comparison of David Morrell moving up and fighting Kalajic, man, it was more of a similarity to what he was used to. He struggled a little bit in some areas, but it wasn't a far shot. It wasn't. I don't think either one of them did bad. A lot of people talk smack about them moving up to 75. I just feel like Morrell actually still adjusted better based on the size, and because of that, it made fare better for him fighting Benavidez. That he's fought guys similar to him more often.
Yeah, Nick J says, look at first of all, salute to my sister Nick J. I wasn't ignoring you. What's good with you? Oh, pretty mouth Nick J. She says Benavidez was a baby. He was just a baby. Leave him alone. He was like 6 years into his career and he was a world champion, mama. He was 6 years into his career and a world champion, mama. He wasn't a baby. Now, to his point, he's gotten way better. He's gotten way better. Since then. And I, like I told y'all, David Benavidez that's my guy. You know what I mean? That's my guy. I have a lot of questions to be answered about David Morrell. You know what I mean? I like the kid. And I'm very interested to see. You know what I'm saying? Very interested to see. The War Report says Vozick permanently retired Adonis Stevenson. He has power.
He just didn't in that fight to me, TWR.
The Dirt Game Boss says what Benavidez has in experience in the ring, Morrell has in his corner.
Hey. But you know what? Okay. How does that translate to an actual individual in that ring and somebody shouting out to you something for you to do to adjust? But what's the difference between a man who already has that in his head and he can do that on the fly? We ain't got to hear the coach.
We're not gonna do that, sis. We're not gonna do that, sis, because we're talking about with that experience in the ring. Then it comes into the preparation and the game plan. So we got preparation, we got game plan. It's more than just shouting in the corner. You know what I'm saying? And also it goes to the connection that the fighter has with his trainer. So I think that I'm not sure. I think that that's valid. I think that that's valid. What
I don't want to invalidate that at all, because look what Danny Dubois just did with somebody shouting on the side of the ring. He knocked out AJ because he was listening to his trainer. But you talked about, okay, the game plan and the pre-camp, but things happen in the ring too, where again, the most important thing that we see with these fighters that a lot of them are not doing is adjusting on the fly.
Okay, so how much of that plays into the corner? Right? How much does that
beforehand or during or both? Which you see?
Yeah, so that's something, because they might. So let's say Coach Shields has a game plan, B game plan, and C. You know what I'm saying? Whereas on the other side, maybe there's not. You know what I mean? And that goes back to my point of what I said earlier, was that I'm very interested in Jose Benavidez Sr. versus Ronnie Shields, because I think, let's be clear, I believe that this is just like this is a coming out party for David Morrell Jr., because nobody's giving him a chance for real. So this is a coming out party for him. In my opinion, this is also a coming out party for Jose Benavidez Sr. This is a coming out party for him. Like, this is literally an opportunity for him.
Because I think he's, and that's just me personally. Just like you said, I already think he's a good and decent coach, and that he has been coaching, and obviously he should get credit for what he's done with David so far, because even Nick said it. He didn't have no formal training as to being a head coach. And then he has fighters. He has good fighters. You got Rayo. You got Pacheco. He has other fighters. I don't know. I like to give people credit. That's why I say I don't even want to dismiss what their game boss are saying at all. You know, we all have our opinions about stuff. Either way.
I believe, and the reason why I believe it's a coming out party, because this is the biggest stage it's been on. Pay-per-view, Amazon Prime, everybody's gonna be watching. It's the headliner. You know what I mean? He's literally fighting against, legendary.
He went up against Breadman with Clint, and I love Breadman. Look,
but Breadman, I love Breadman too. Breadman's your guy though. That's like your profile picture. Like, that's your dude. Redman and Ronnie Shields, we not having the same conversation. Like, it's not the same conversation.
It's not the same conversation.
Yeah, it's not the same. That's a that's a legend. Like,
he is a legend. He is a legend.
Him, you talk about
Ronnie
Bill Stewart and so on and so forth. But I think okay, sis. So I got to get ready to go get my son. So let me first say thank you for coming up here. I really, truly, genuinely appreciate you. And also, hopefully we didn't take too much away from, because I still want to hear your live and your breakdown. So hopefully we didn't take too much away from that. And I want you to tell the people how they can follow you.
You can find me here on YouTube at Shawalaya77, on IG T-Money_77SF.
You said it's Shawa?
Yeah, Shawalaya.
Why would you be letting us say shower?
You know what? Because y'all don't speak Hebrew, so it's all good.
Nah, that ain't all good, man. Like that, nah.
Man, I'll be doing that forever. If I told you my real name, then I gotta correct people, and you can phonetically look at that, but I ain't got time.
And I ain't Shawa.
Call me Shawa. That's good.
Shawa. Like, I ain't calling you Shawa no more. And all I did was I was listening to the illiterate brothers in the community say your name. That's why I started saying your name like that, because they was like, oh, because when we was at because I've heard them say your name before, and then when we were in Atlanta and you was walking up. Now, excuse me. Hey, listen. You was walking up. I said, damn, who is that? And they was like, oh, that's Shower. And I was like, Shower. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, Shower. And no, it's Shawa. I'm listening. So 78. Drew, who else? BFTB, all the brothers. You illiterate bastards got me mispronouncing this lady name.
How would you know how the H sound? Like, it's really not that big a deal. It means cries out to God. So you can call it don't matter.
Shawa. Say the whole thing again. Shawa.
Shawalaya.
Shawalaya.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Shawa. Thank you so much, sis, for coming up here. I really, truly, genuinely appreciate you. We got to do some more. So we get it together on the back end so I can figure out when maybe we can do the post fight together. If you free, I don't know what your work schedule is or whatever the case may be, but we'll.
It's Saturday night. We could do that unless you want to do a Sunday.
No, I do Saturday night. I be like drunk. My speech be slurred and all kind of stuff, man. And I ain't.
We done heard that, Junior, before.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Look at Nick J. I've been saying it right. Nick J is her answer always got to be right.
She is right though, and she do be on point. Don't knock the sis.
Yeah, get your front of the room, classroom ass out of here, Nick J, your pretty mouth, man. Let me get out of here, Shawa. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you for coming up here, mama. Thank you. Salute to the family, man. Thank y'all so much for taking the time to tune in. Really, truly, genuinely appreciate it. You have absolutely no idea, none whatsoever, man. If I had a million tongues, I couldn't tell it all, man. Y'all be sure to go and I'm trying not to cough, y'all. Excuse me. Y'all know it's 2025. Coughing to have you, boy, exile from the community. But I really, truly, genuinely appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Salute to everybody that shows love to the Black Gentleman Grooming Company. Thank you all so much. Really, truly, genuinely appreciate you all. Salute to everybody that shows love to the whole entire Punch Junkie platform. www.punchjunkie.com. Go get the latest, greatest news in the sport of boxing. Come join the network. Nick J, I ain't seen you over on the Punch Junkie Network. The last place in the world for real fans of the sweet science, Nick J. Nick J also, I've been asking y'all for an ad to put in the next issue of the magazine like 4 magazines ago. Still ain't got an ad from y'all, Nick J. Nick J, I care for you like rats care for cheese, and you know rats care for that cheese. www.theblackgent.com, and we do have a line of all natural handcrafted grooming products specifically for you, man. So be sure to come check us out. www.theblackgent.com. In my J Good voice, man. Salute to y'all. Thank y'all so much. This is Junior TheTruth signing off, man. I'm giving you a daily reminder to view your life like a paradise until your life looks like a paradise, man. I'm a high-born player, mate. If you don't know anything else about me at the end of the day, I got to keep pushing, baby.
We offer the best grooming products for you. Just so natural and handcrafted too. We wanna help be your swagger, style, class, and luxury. Make our products that are made for you with high quality. Yeah, so get in style with the Black Company. company. Give you swagger, style, class, and luxury. In luxury, yeah. The black gentleman, black, yeah. Company. Give you swagger, style, class, and luxury. In luxury, yeah.
Located at www.theblackgent.com.